What's going on, guys? Today's video, a bunch of you have been asking for. We're going to try and trade for every first round pick in the 2022 NHL draft. Haven't done this video in a couple years now. Last time we did an NHL 20, and we actually were successful, able to get every single first round pick. Hopefully we can pull that off again this year. Also, too, guys, real quick, you can leave a thumbs up on this video. It really helps me out. So, last time we did this in NHL 20, is the Tampa Bay Lightning. I want to switch it up this time and use the Colorado Avalanche. I don't think they're the highest rated team in franchise, but they do have so many good assets. Now, having said that, they actually are 90 overall. Okay, I take it back. They're tied with Carolina there for the highest rated team. I feel like they have a lot more tradable assets though in Carolina, so I'm going to stick with Colorado there. The one thing that sucks, I've already looked into it, they don't have a first round pick. So we're actually going to have to make 32 trades here, or at least trade for 32 first round picks. I'm going to have all of this off here, including salary cap, because otherwise it'd be way too complicated, because we're going to have literally a salary of $10 million by the end of this. We're completely, restarting our team here with first round picks. We'll say Joe Sakic was just tired of Colorado, not moving on in the playoffs. I think last year, second round exit to Vegas. So restarting the team. They're going to try and get 32 first round picks here. I'll let computers make trades if they want to, but probably going to do this literally all first day of franchise. And to make this a little bit easier, guys, and actually possible to pull off, I'm going to turn the trade difficulty down to easy. And like I mentioned, we're not going to have a first round pick because traffic ownership there is authentic. And real quick, guys, I want to thank Bounty Sports for sponsoring today's video. If you still haven't heard me talk about them yet, they're a new daily fantasy sports platform that's switching things up with a simple and easy to use pick'em style opposed to the regular fantasy sports lineup. I find their methods a lot of fun and honestly easier to win as well. Now, signing up is super easy. Honestly, it takes like 10 seconds. If you use my code TACTICS, you can get $5 for free, no deposit necessary. So without spending anything, you can already start to win real cash prizes. Now, once you guys have your free $5, you're going to want to choose a contest to enter. I should also mention too that Bounty has a mobile app, but this is a lot easier to record on PC. So click on contest here. You guys can see variety of sports. Obviously, though, we're going with NHL here. I'm just going to go, I think, with the $4 one. 30 entries. You can see a little variety of different contests. I usually go with like the lower ones with the big payouts. But basically, guys, the favorite always gives you 1 point and the underdog will give you more than one based on, how much of an underdog they are. You kind of want to be strategic here about who you're picking. I'm going to take Vegas against Bruins. I feel like that's pretty 50-50. I'm getting good odds. I'm definitely taking Pittsburgh at home against Montreal, like half their team's out. Basically an AHL team. I'm taking Tampa Bay at home against LA. Devils, Flyers. Flyers haven't been playing too well, so I'm going to take the Devils there. Islanders, Detroit. I'm going to take my team, of course, Detroit at home. Carolina, Minnesota. That's another pretty 50-50 game. I'm going to take the Hurricanes there. Flames, Preds. I'm going to take the Flames away. Buffalo, Winnipeg. You got to go the Jets at home. Again, Blues, Stars. I think Blues are the better team. They're away, but I'm going to take them. Toronto, Edmonton. That's another 50-50. I'm taking McDavid and Draisaitl at home. Rangers, Avalanche. It's a tough one. Avalanche are a good team, but you're getting like 2-1 almost on the Rangers. I'm going to take that. They're playing well. Now, Columbus, Vancouver. Vancouver's 4-0 under Boudreau. Can they make it 5-0? I think they do. I'm going to take the Canucks there. And finally, Kraken at Sharks. This is another pretty 50-50 game. I'm going to take the Sharks. So you guys can see there my max points is 15.18. I'm going to enroll in this contest. $4 confirmed. So if this sounds like something you guys would be interested in, click the link in the description box below and use my code TACTICS for a free $5. Again, no deposit necessary. Highly recommend giving Bounty Sports a try. Now, guys, let's get back to the video. Alright, guys, so next I'll show you all the tradable assets on Colorado. Again, I think we have a really good shot here to get every first round pick. Now, we don't have a first round pick of our own, but we can trade future firsts, basically 1-for-1 for current first round picks. We also have Nathan MacKinnon there, almost max trade value. Makar Rantanen have a ton as well. You guys can see I'm actually using my custom rosters. I think they're more realistic than EA's default rosters. So I feel like everyone Kadri up should be able to flip into at least one first round pick. MacKinnon honestly could probably get 5 or 6 first round picks for through, multiple trades. So we're going to start with the Anaheim Ducks here, guys. Of course, they do have their first round pick. I thought they were going to be like a top 5 pick in this year's draft before they had such a hot start here. I'm thinking for them, they like Kadri. Now, on easy difficulty, I can see like Kadri's still not enough. You basically have to be close to even. Maybe we'll add they don't even have 4th round picks. It's going to be tough. Kadri in a 4th for their first. Trades rejected. Okay, so maybe we'll have to do Kadri in a 3rd rounder here for a first round pick. Wow. Alright, guys, it didn't seem like the Kadri trade was working, so I'm going to try Landeskog in a 4th for their first and Shattenkirk. Hopefully we can turn Shattenkirk into some stuff to help us get a first. And they say no to that. That's crazy. Is he going to take Landeskog for a first with the Ducks 1-for-1? Wow, I feel like we should have gotten more than that for Landeskog. And now look at this here, guys. Arizona has 3 first round picks. We're going to try and trade for all of them. I think McKinnon would be a little bit too much with 3 firsts, but maybe, what's Bowen Byram's value? Wow, it's not even close. It'd literally have to be, the 3 firsts, because theirs is so much. I guess Montreal sucks, too. This is going to be a lot. One of our first round picks back. Alright guys, so this next trade, the Arizona Coyotes, is a big one, offering up Mikko Rantanen, Darcy Kemper, 2 second-round picks for their 3 first-round picks, and Vejmelka. Vejmelka we're just taking back because otherwise Arizona would have too many goalies. One kind of funny thing, Arizona goalies, I literally can't tell who has the lowest value. I'm not sure if it's Korn in there, low starter, or if it's, look at this, Vejmelka's in the middle. He was the lowest guy. Now it's this 10-deck guy. Like, their guys literally all have like 0 value essentially. The way I feel like this trade breaks down, we're getting our first-round pick back for Kemper. Rantanen's worth at least their first-round pick, which is like the highest value because they're so bad. But if it is worth a little bit extra, we're then turning 2 second-round picks into Montreal's first-round pick, which also has a ton of value. So we're getting 2 of like the highest value picks in this trade. We'll see what they say here. Trade's accepted. We're calling up Johansson. There we go. And next, you guys trying to get the Bruins first-round pick. Luckily, it doesn't have too much value, so only offering up Martin Kaut, a 3rd-rounder. They want both. I think this goes through. And there we go. Okay, so maybe we could even done Kaut, a 4th-round pick, but I'm happy with that. Now, Buffalo here, just like Arizona, also has 3 first-rounders. Their first-round pick's worth a lot. Florida and Vegas there, not so much, but it's going to be a big trade we have to make. Probably going to have to move Makar here to get all 3 first-round picks, but hopefully not to add much more than that. So next you guys the offer making Buffalo for their first-round pick, Florida's first-round pick, and Vegas' first-round pick. It's Cale Makar, 2/3 and a second. Again, I think Buffalo and Arizona had the highest value first-rounders. We also get 2 others there in Florida and Vegas. Hopefully, like, we're not overpaying here. I don't think so, though, because we're, getting 3 first-round picks. Trade's accepted. Okay, so we lost our 2nd and 3rd best assets there in Makar and Rantanen, but we're already up to like 7 first-round picks, so not bad. And next you guys are trying to make a trade to Calgary Flames. They like Kadri. Value's actually really equal on that first-rounder. We'll see what they say here. Trade would go through. I wonder if we can maybe add something here, potentially get a 3rd-round pick there with their first. Trade's still going through. Okay. Can we also add a 2nd-rounder? No, okay, so that's the line. We can get a 3rd-round pick, though. Again, I'm hoping, like, we couldn't have gotten extra assets in those earlier trades, but, again, because we're getting so many first-rounders, I'm fine with them. And real quick here, guys, you can see both Carolina and Chicago don't have first-round picks. Columbus has a couple. Their first-rounder plus Chicago's. Both of them have quite a bit of value as well. Okay. Right here, guys, my offer to Columbus. Bowen Byram and a 2023 first for their 2 firsts plus a 2nd. The value's pretty close. Trade's accepted. Okay, I'll take that, honestly. We're looking pretty good because we're already, I think, almost at the halfway point just because so many of these early teams had multiple first-round picks. The Dallas first-rounder there has actually a decent amount of value considering the fact they're a conservative buyer. Now, it looks like our 2024 first is equal value, so I think I'm just going to do that with Dallas. Trade's rejected. So try and push this through. I'm also adding Maltsev in a 5th. They already said no to Maltsev. Does the 5th get it to go through? It does, okay, so basically like a 1-for-1. And now next year, guys, making a trade to the Detroit Red Wings, my favorite team, so I figured they're the ones who can have McKinnon, trying to get back their first-round pick, which is actually worth quite a lot because they're a seller there, with Raymond, Sider, and Larkin. We can get at least a first-round pick for each of those guys. The value's on Detroit's side, but, McKinnon's so good, maybe they'll say yes. Trade's rejected. We could take off Larkin. Is that a bit more equal, maybe? Trade's accepted, okay, so a first... Raymond and Sider. We have to get back at least the first reach of Raymond and Sider. We could probably get back 2, honestly, depending on who we're trading with. Edmonton there has a low-value first-rounder. I'm thinking somebody like... Honestly, they like Tyson Joss. They like Burakovsky. The 2 of those together might get this done. Trade's rejected, but it's got to be close. I'm going to add a Calgary Flames 3rd-round pick. And there we go. Now, Florida here, guys, doesn't have their first-round pick. Of course, that was owned by Buffalo. LA has their first-round pick. Decent amount of value as well because they are a seller. Jeez. Alex Newhook. Is this a time maybe we make a move on him? They actually want Gerard, though, and Taze. Gerard looks to be close to 1-for-1 value. Not quite. They also like Ryan Murray, so I'm going to add him to this trade. And there we go. And next year, guys, are trying to make a trade with Minnesota. They like Barron, Olsen, and Comfort here. None of them have a lot of value, but combined equals about a first-round pick. I think this goes through. Trade's rejected. Interesting. Maybe we can just add something small, 3rd or 4th rounder. I'm going to try adding a 3rd-round pick, 2023. And there we go. Now, next year, guys, I'm offering Taze up to Montreal Canadiens for the Carolina first-round pick, plus Cale Clegg there. I think this goes through, and it does. So, I believe we're over the halfway point. I think we have 17 or 18 first-round picks at this point. Now, we don't have too many assets left, but I think if we're smart here, we can hopefully make this work. Now, for the Nashville pick, guys, I'm offering up our 2025 first-rounder, plus Anuin here, who they like, taking back their worst-valued goalie. Maybe this makes it happen. And it does. Okay, so that's pretty much a true 50-50. Alright guys, so here's the trade offer I'm making the Devils. Our first round pick in 2026, plus Shane Bowers, who they like, for their first and a third. Pretty equal value. We'll see what they say. Trade is rejected. I feel like Bowers in a first is too much. They got to give us at least a 4th rounder here. Are you kidding me? We'll try Bowers in a first for their first. And there we go. That seemed like a bit of an overpayment, though. Now, next year, guys, I'm trying to trade Alex Newhook to the Islanders for their first and a second. It's actually our second round pick we're getting back. We'll see what they say. Trade's going to go through. I wonder, the value's actually on their side. Could we potentially get even more here for Newhook? I'm thinking we maybe should have got a bit more for some of our earlier trades. You know what? I think I'm fine with the first and a second, though, because we're getting a first rounder, and that second we can definitely turn into another one. Rangers next here, their first round pick. Also has a decent amount of value. Like, there's just not enough contending teams with low first round pick value. You can see most of them there. It's quite high. Like, just what? Boston, Vegas have kind of low one. Montreal, I guess, sort of, which is interesting. So for the Rangers here, guys, I'm offering up Sider for their first and Kreider. We'll see what they say. Trade's accepted. Okay. Hopefully we can actually, you know, turn Kreider into something else. Now the Ottawa Senators first round pick I think has the most value of all the ones remaining. Offering up Raymond there for their first and Batherson. We'll see what they say to this one. Trade's rejected. So Batherson's like too much of an ad. Josh Norris I think we can still use. Trade rejected. We need to get more than just their first here for Raymond. At least give us like Eric Brandstrom. There we go. Okay, so not quite as much as I wanted from Raymond and Sider, but we might still be okay. Philadelphia's first round pick has a decent amount of value. And they're interested in Kel Clegg, so I'm going to offer him with our 2027 first rounder for their first round pick, 2022. Trade is rejected. I feel like it's got to be close. So I'm adding a 4th, a 5th, and a 6th round pick here. There we go, trade's accepted. And next year, guys, I'm trying to trade Eric Johnson and 2/3 to the Maple Leafs for their first round pick. Trade's rejected, but the value is pretty close. I wonder, add a couple 4s to make this happen. So there we go, 2/3, 2/4, Eric Johnson for a first. And the Leafs do say yes. Okay, so that's probably one of the better deals to go our way. Now next year, guys, I'm trying to make a trade with the Penguins. Brandstrom, Foodie in a second for their first and Carter. Trade is rejected. Dang, okay, so I think we just have to do this for their first round pick. Still rejected. That is so much for the Penguins' first round pick. Gonna add on like a 4th rounder. And there we go, they finally say yes. That was a tough one to get through. You guys missed me making so many offers. And now on St. Louis here, guys, they like Kreider. See if we can go first round pick, 1 for 1. They rejected the trade, but they do like our depth picks. Add a 6th and a 7th. And there we go. And now I thought I could maybe do something with Vancouver here, guys. Trading them a 2nd round pick for Myers and a 1st, because we're taking on his bad contract, but they don't have any interest in that for some reason. I feel like they really should have interest in that. So maybe 2 seconds, which alone would probably be enough for their first. Plus we're taking back Myers. Wow, they still say no. Next year, guys, trying to trade a 2nd, a 5th, 6th, 7th to Winnipeg for their first. And they say yes to that. I'm surprised. They actually had the lowest valued first of all the remaining teams. Now Washington here, going to try and get their first round pick as well. Here, guys, my best offer to the Washington Capitals. Pavel Francouz, who has a decent amount of value. Columbus 2nd round pick. Ranta, Henry, both medium top 9s, plus a 5th for their first rounder. And the trade is going through. We took back Hagelin's bad contract. We also had to take back a roster spot. So that is all the trades I can make. We have no players of value, no picks of value, other than, of course, all of the first round picks there. We have, I believe, 29 first round picks. The only first round picks we did not get. The Vancouver Canucks, you can see his first round pick is a good amount of value. It's between the V and the A there. Seattle Kraken, I think, same amount of value. Same goes to the San Jose Sharks. So all 3 like sea creature first round picks are the ones we couldn't get. So 29 to 32, I don't think is that bad. If the Avalanche just had, you know, 1 extra first round pick to start, we could have gotten 30. Now, one thing, we got 29 trading. I wonder, could we sign some guys here to potentially make up, you know, the last 3 first rounders? I mean, they might have a decent amount of value. Potential guys there also might. I'm going to give it a shot because, like, why not? But probably just not enough here in free agency. Alright, guys, so I just signed like 15 players. There's actually some guys who went with other teams because we didn't give them enough money or whatever. But right now I'm trying to get the Kraken first round pick. Offering up a ton of players here. They want all of them. Luckily, too, they actually have a lot of contract spots being a new team. We'll see what they say. We can, you know, squeak out 1 more first rounder here. Trades rejected. These are literally like the top 4 value guys we got. All prospects here. Lad Salin. Trades rejected. So, yeah, I think Kraken, Sharks, Canucks all have the same valued first round pick. The Kraken want all those guys, and if all 5 don't equal a first, we're not going to get it. I figured, though, it was worth a shot. So after all those trades, guys, just look at the team roster. We got Hagelin, Stoll, and O'Connor on the first line. Pretty rough first line. And I was actually just thinking, if we used EA's default rosters, Colorado obviously wouldn't have been as good because I boosted a lot of guys like Tevin Tays, Cale Makar. But Eric Stoll would have been an 82 free agent. Maybe he could have turned into a first-round pick. We added stuff to him. Also, too, Tuukka Rask would have been free agency. Definitely could have traded him for at least a first. But again, I feel like my custom roster is more realistic, so I'm fine with it. Right there, guys, you can see the rest of the forward group. It's rough. Like, it's very rough for sure. Defensively, Jack Johnson, Jason Demers is our top pair. I mean, it's a lot of, like, mid-high 70s. They'll win some games. Definitely going to be last in the NHL, but curious to see how they're going to do. Alright, guys, and check this out. The draft results just came in. We're picking first overall via the Islanders pick. We did finish last. That pick's number 2. Florida there actually jumped from 13 to 3, the highest they could jump. So we didn't win any of the lotteries. Seattle there, unfortunately, is going to have the 11th pick. Couldn't get a hold of their first rounder. Same with Vancouver, picking 15. I was hoping at least, one of those teams could make the playoffs. San Jose at least, though, did, so that's good to see. Of course, we're going to have all the other first-round picks. You guys can see there, Edmonton Oilers won the Stanley Cup. Show you guys a quick look at the standings. How everyone did. Eric Staal there was our leading scorer. 59 points, up to an 83. He had a pretty good season, getting a lot of ice time. Calhoun, 43. So we had one guy there with 50-plus points. That is tough for sure. Goaltending-wise, honestly, those stats aren't terrible considering the team in front of them. Like, you really can't knock them. I know at one point, like halfway through, we weren't even last in the NHL, so some teams must have caught us. Edmonton actually won President's Trophy and the Stanley Cup, so good for them. And let's see here. We're way down at the bottom with 55 points, 14 below the Islanders. I know the Predators, I think it was like Christmas break. We had 5 more points than them, so we must have just completely started to tank there after Christmas. I'm assuming we'll be last in both goals for and goals against, because again, we're a team of 70s. Yes, we were. So we'll get to the draft. I'm curious. Is it going to be Shane Wright first overall? Is it going to be a made-up player? And real quick here, guys, before we get to the draft, I want to show you the awards. Edmonton obviously cleaning up with the Stanley Cup and President's Trophy. They beat Washington there in the final. McDavid got the Art Ross and the Hart. Carlson bounced back year James Norris. That's good for us since we didn't get their first rounder. Lucas Raymond won the Calder Trophy on Ottawa. Good chance he wins it this year, but could also be Sider. McDavid got the Conn Smythe as well, so a huge year for him. Devils coach there, Jack Adams, McDavid, Ted Lindsay, and the Maurice Richard. So yeah, McDavid absolutely popped off. And here we go, guys, entering the NHL entry draft. Can't wait to see all of those Avalanche picks there. Again, we got 29 of 32. Seattle number 11, Canucks number 15, which is on the block. Coyotes number 22. Sharks must have traded their pick there to the Coyotes. So could potentially get 30 if we can make a trade here for the Canucks number 15. Logan O'Connor here has actually got up to 81 overall. So we'll try trading them like all of our best players. So we'll offer them all of our best players for all their worst and a first. And the trade's accepted. Oh my gosh. I can't believe they did that. So we're back to 30 there of 32. Made one on draft day. So after that trade the Canucks, guys, here's a look at our 30 picks. You guys can see we have the entire top 10, which is nice. Don't have 11, but that's okay. Nor do we have 22, but look at all those first round picks. I mean, I think we did a pretty good job there. Again, you can scroll through just all of Colorado, the one Seattle, the one Arizona. I'm happy with that. Would have liked to get 32, but we ran out of steam. So I'm going to make Shane Wright go first overall. And I think number 2, I'm going to take Brad Lambert. I know he's dropped recently in the draft rankings. Number 3 is going to be Matthew Savoy. And this is because it'll look a lot better in the thumbnail with some actual, real players opposed to created guys. So look at that, guys. I'm just going to sim the rest of this draft now. See how we do. Draft's now complete. Look at that team. With our 4th pick, we got the guy who's better than Shane Wright. I mean, it's a lot of picks. We had 1 pick outside the first round, number 193. So even though we traded away everybody, should definitely be able to build around this draft. Also, too, guys, after the draft, I was curious what 2 first-round picks we didn't get. So Seattle here took Danila Yurov at the number 11th pick. Medium elite potential. He's a good prospect for sure. And then number 22, the Arizona Coyotes took Marco Kasper here. 62 overall, medium top 6, so he's also pretty solid. Now, I'm curious, how good is the guy 4th overall there? Hans Kirka, medium franchise potential, got taken 4th overall, because like I said, I want those real guys going first. I'm curious, too, do we get any good goalies? It doesn't look like it unless they're main roster. No, so had a full first round of picks, but we didn't get any medium elite goalies, as those guys usually go later in the draft, and our scouts apparently didn't find any, but that is okay. As you guys can see here, we definitely have some talent to build this team around. So that's going to do it, guys, for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave that thumbs up. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure to sub button down below. Also, guys, let me know if you try this challenge and you're able to get all 32 picks. Let me know in the comments section. Besides that, guys, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.